안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 Jenny예요. Hello everyone, my name is Jenny and today we're going to be talking about taga, which is used to express the progress of one action when it is suddenly stopped by a second action. And we're going to look at some examples to show you how this is used and also how to translate it. So, if Arena asks Jihoon, 이 근처에 은행이 있어요? Is there a bank in this area nearby? Jihoon might respond, 네. 이 길로 쭉 가다가 사거리에서 왼쪽으로 가세요. 병원 옆에 있어요. You already know what the second sentence means. It's next to the hospital. So let's look at this first sentence. 이 길로 is like along this road, going by means of this road. 쭉 is an adverb that means in a straight line, going straight. So 쭉 가다가, go straight. But when you see the four-way intersection, the crossroads, 사거리, go left. So 쭉 가다가 until you come across the crossroads, and then you're going to turn left. And turning left is what interrupts this first action of going straight. So this grammar indicates doing one action, and then something interrupts that second action. So you might see it translated as, well, X was happening, Y happened. And because Y happened, it stopped X. 안디 씨가 어제 숙제하다가 while Andy was doing homework yesterday, 친구를 만나러 나갔어요. He went out to meet a friend. 지현 씨가 밥을 먹다가 전화를 받았어요. While Jihoon was eating a meal, he answered the phone. 미나 씨가 공부하다가 잠이 들었어요. While Mina she was studying, she fell asleep. Each of these second actions interrupts the first action. 너무 피곤해 보여요. You look really tired. 무슨 일이요? What is the matter? What's wrong? What's up? 자다가 while I was sleeping, roommate가 청소를 시작했어요. My roommate started cleaning. 너무 시끄러웠어요. It was so noisy. So because her roommate started cleaning the house and it was so noisy, presumably it woke this person up from their sleep. Taga is translated to while in English. However, you cannot use taga to mean that two things are happening simultaneously. That has a different grammar pattern that you haven't learned yet, but you will eventually. So, if you want to say while he was in a deep sleep, his alarm went off, then you can use taga because the alarm going off stops the first action of sleeping. If you want to say while he was sleeping, he was muttering about aliens, you cannot use taga because that indicates that two things are happening at the same time. And taga does not mean that. So even though both these sentences here have while in it, they translate to different grammar patterns in Korean depending on if you're talking about one thing happening and then another thing happening, or two things happening simultaneously. Taga is always attached to the end of the stem, and tense is always shown at the end of the sentence. So you do not conjugate the verb that you're attaching taga to, verb or adjective. Instead, you will only be conjugating the verb at the end. So you can say Andy 씨 울다가 while Andy was crying, 울다 crying, 수상한 소리를 들었어요. 수상하다 is suspicious. So he heard a suspicious noise while he was crying. And because we're using taga, it's implying that he was crying, but then he stopped crying once he heard the suspicious noise. 가장 불행한 사람은 누구입니까? Who is the most unfortunate person? 이 사람들의 말을 듣고 결정하세요. Listen to these people's stories and then make a decision. First up is Andy. 공원에서 산책하다가 while I was taking a walk in the park, 비가 왔어요. It started raining. 우산이 없어서 빨리 집으로 돌아왔어요. I didn't have an umbrella, so I had to return home quickly. 우리가 시험을 보다가 while we were taking our exam, 화재 경보가, the fire alarm, 울렸어요. Rain, the fire alarm went off. 걱정 마세요. Don't worry. 불이 없었어요. There wasn't a fire. 하지만 4시까지 시험이 끝나지 못했어요. However, we couldn't finish the exam until 4 p.m. 집에서 쉬다가 while I was relaxing at my house at home, 회사가 문제가 생겼어요. A problem came up at the company. 그래서 회사에 가야 했어요. So I had to go into the company. So here, just to analyze once more, the action of him relaxing at his house was interrupted by a problem coming up at work and he had to go in to help solve it. 영화를 보다가 while I was watching a movie, 엄마가 제 이름을 불렀어요. My mother called my name. 미나야. 엄마가 친구를 공항에 마중 나가고 싶었어요. My mother wanted to go pick up her friend at the airport. 하지만 교통이 복잡해서 우리가 늦게 도착했어요. However, because traffic was so complicated, we arrived late at the airport. 방으로 돌아가다가 when I was going into my room, while I was going into the room, 소리를 들었어요. I heard a sound. 방에 쥐가 있었어요. There were mice inside my room. 택시 기사가 운전하다가 while the taxi driver was driving, 갑자기 세웠어요. He suddenly stopped the car. 아주 놀랐어요. I was really shocked. I was really surprised. 횡단보도에서 사람이 있었어요. There was a person at the crosswalk. So he had to stop the car to avoid hitting the person. 어제 친구하고 자전거를 타다가 when I was riding bicycles yesterday with my friend, 사고 났어요. An accident happened. There was an accident. 친구가 저를 많이 고민해서 병원에 갔어요. I got in an accident and my friend was really worried about me, so we went to the hospital. That is it for this lesson. 잘했어요. 다음에 봐요. See you later.